What's up for you? So this is my first time. Many companies erected a succession of mill privileges. And so by the early 1795, the Branch River had provided power and synth works of Alicia. I'm not even sure how to say that last name. That's some old ass person. So during the early 19th century, a small mill became built. And that mill has spun cotton yarn besides the Synth. I'm not even sure what the Synth is. Probably put it up. And that place will later become Andrew Mill that you see now that I'm currently walking through. The industrial village that grew around the colonial and river came to be known as the Branch Village. The Synth continued to operate in the mid-19th century. In 1858, the property and the water privileges was purchased by the Blackstone Manufacturing Company, which produced both cotton and woolen products. The founders were James Pitt and Robert Aldrich. Yo, these motherfuckers have some weird ass names. Which they began leasing the site to the company of Soddy and Flocks. The dual partnership seemed to end about 1878 when a fire destroyed the plant. Soon after the duo had ended, a dude named Frederick Pitt, which is James Pitt's son, became a partner in the company, which they later changed it to James Pitt and his full name. By the turn of the century, the Pitt Soddy Mill had about 60 acres to the name. The mill had several storage buildings, 10-foot tall dam, and about a dozen workers' houses. However, the whole mill was built over a power trench that brought water. The water would provide power to the entire mill. The Soddy manufacturing was continued by Frederick Pitt until his death in 1930. Soon after Frederick's death, William Amabat took over until 1915 when the mill was destroyed by a fire. So basically, William died. William burnt to death, which is a horrible death. Not only that, he died in the building that he worked at, which he was the owner. That building was probably ass because by this time it's 2 fires within like 50 years, so there's probably many fires, so that place was completely ass.
I just felt this floor shake.
Oh yeah. Move faster, please. Property remained closed until 1918 when the Pitt family sold it to the Brantford? I don't know where Brantford is. That's my first time hearing about it. The Andrew Mill Company, which I would be calling the AMC, established in 1902, which was a subsidiary of Andrew Dimitri Salt and Suarez. I don't know. These people are some French people. Which the entire company firm or whatever is based out in Roebuck. The company produced wool and worsted products. I don't even know worsted. I don't know what that is. And Roebuck's French sounds like Roblox. Andre Mill will later change his name to Andrew, hence the name Andrew Mill Company. In June of 1918, the AMC hired the C.I. Bogany Construction Company to demolish the remains of the Pitt Mill and start building a new one for about $200,000. The new mill the C.I. had built had a sawtooth and a weave set, finishing plant, and an office room, and an attached boiler. I don't know what a boiler house is. Later, the AMC provided power and electricity to the mill villages, which approximately had about 200 people. Trouble was brought over the AMC plant in about early 1920s. In the spring of 1923, the mill was closed for about 6 weeks due to a walkout citing bad business conditions. The owner closed the Northfield plant down in May of the same year. Another reason why the AMC failed was due to the World War production that never got materialized due to the reorganization inside the company. And then during the whole reorganization, Andre later got kicked out. His brother Jules became the head nigga of the whole company. And in June 1923, so literally like a month after, the AMC would be sold to the FFB company, which is a spinning company of Roebuck's French. So the same area, less than a month after new ownership, the Jews literally took over. How much money? I'm not sure. Okay, so 1920, the AMC mill reopened under new ownership until 1925, where the mill was shuttered. Why it was shuttered? It was probably ass. The building was leased to multiple companies from 1925 to 1936. So in 1936, the Oxbridge Work Company purchased it. So about 2 decades, 1955, the Oxbridge Company sold the mill to the Super Corporation, which the history after 1955, I'm not even sure what the Oxbridge Worsted Company purchased. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna search that right now. The Oxbridge, I'm not sure. Probably some. The Oxbridge Worsted Company was an American yarn mill in Oxbridge, Mass. It was the first woolen company in the Blackstone Valley, and it was built in 19. Oh.